All right, Lucas, coming off a 3-2 series victory over Western Oregon last week in the 5-game series. You had a couple big appearances there, got a save. Talk about your starting pitching and then putting you in a good position to come in and get the last outs there.
The biggest thing going in this series was hoping our starting pitchers would go deep into the games, which they did, and really helping. Relying on our bullpen was a little bit of a worry that we were going to have to extend guys' arms over and get them a lot sore, especially having to play 5 games. So it was very beneficial for our starters to go deep into the games and allow our pen to get rest. And we didn't even have to use Lee in a lot of games, and he normally, he's leading the GNAC, I think even in the nation in relief appearances. And so it was nice to have not having to use that, and then being able to put in position. They put me in positions that were nice, able to get comfortable, and just trust the defense and did what we did as a team and got out the wins.
Defense behind you was excellent. Looking particularly at Corey Morris at shortstop, he just had a ton of assists over there. He's making all kinds of plays, ranging left and right. Talk about him being able to come in and be a difference maker defensively for you.
Both offense and defense. Corey's a great player. Ball gets hit to him, you never worry about him bobbling and whatnot. And especially when the ball gets hit, you need that double play and it's hit towards his direction. You're almost guaranteed it's about 100% chance you're getting that double play, especially with Brody turning it at second. So you're very confident getting out there pitching with all the infielders and then with the outfield as well. So it gives you a lot of confidence.
Looking forward to this weekend. You have Northwest Nazarene coming to town, a team that on the road when you faced them really was a non-factor offensively. They only scored 6 runs off your staff. So it could be a little bit of a different story there right behind you guys in the GNAC standings. What are some of your goals, or what's your approach this weekend facing them?
I would say as a team that we want to up our hitting and the pitching, to just consistently stay with the pitching, especially when we're out there, we pitch really well. And I would say to hold them to 5 runs this time instead of 6. And it gives us our offense and not have to put so much pressure on our offense. And if we pitch well, then I believe our offense will be right behind us.
And then lastly, on Saturday will be Senior Day. You'll be one of 9 seniors recognized before the game. For you, it's been a 4-year career here. Just take some time to reflect a bit on what it's meant to be a student and an athlete in this program.
It's been very nice, very convenient. Got to know Coach Bishop well, and then over the last 2 years got to know our assistant, Coach Oatman, and then getting to go Kruk this year at the beginning, and then having Coach Martin in the past is nice. And just fit in role. They helped you when needed help. They were very easy to talk to. I had my ups and downs on my personal level and then on the baseball level, but it was nice. Anytime with school, they were very lenient on that. They weren't any pressuring and helped along the way, and it was a very rewarding last 4 to 5 years for me, and couldn't ask for anything more.
Thanks, Lucas. All right, Corey finished up a 5-game series with Western Oregon, able to take 3 out of 5 from the Wolves. Big key to that series was starting pitching, and they really came through for you guys. Really pitch to contact. They put balls in play, and that let you make plays behind them defensively.
Yeah, we've just been preaching to our pitchers, let the defense do the work. Our defense is solid when we get the chance. So, as long as they keep doing that, we're going to make plays behind them.
Their ground ball fly ball ratio was almost 2 to 1. Just a ton of ground ball opportunities for you. Kept you on your toes all week out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, when we get ground balls, we look to turn double plays if we can. Pitcher's best friend. If they keep doing that, we're going to have some success in winning.
Also, you continue to have a big week at the plate. You're number 2 on the team in batting average so far this whole season. You scored the game-winning run there in the second game, had a big double, and then Connor Holbrook drove you in. So having success offensively and defensively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just try to stick to my approach, not do too much. I'm not a power hitter for any means. So, I just try to get on, let the guys behind me score me, and they're doing a great job of it. So.
Looking forward to this weekend, another 4-game GNAC series, final regular season series at home for you against Northwest Nazarene, a team that you swept on the road in 4 games, so they're going to be gunning for you. What's your approach? What are you looking for in this series coming up?
We just want the pitchers to keep doing what they're doing, giving us chances in the infield and outfield with fly balls, ground balls. If we keep doing that, and our hitting actually hits this weekend. We were a little slow last weekend, but if we do that, it's going to be just winning.
And then this is your first year in the GNAC transfer this season. So what's it been like so far competition-wise? Is it kind of what you expected? And what do you think have been the keys to make you so successful in this league?
The pitching's definitely a step up from what I came from, but I'm just trying to hunt fastballs. Hopefully I get them. If not, react. Just competitive-wise, though, everyone's bigger, everyone's stronger. So, it's fun. It's fun to be here.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, coming off a 3-2 series victory over Western Oregon University. You guys kind of flip-flop places in the GNAC standings. They're just a couple percentage points ahead of you. Looked like a really positive start winning the first 3 games of that series there.
Yeah, I just playing some tight games early with them and coming away with some big hits late in games, some big plays, some big pitches. In those first 3 games, it was great. To go into that and say, hey, we won 3 out of 5, I probably would have been happy with that initially. You don't feel as good about it when you lose the last 2, but they're a good team. So anytime you don't put your best foot forward, you're definitely going to lose those games. And I think we're the same kind of team to play. If a team doesn't bring their best or doesn't play their best that day, we're usually going to beat you.
Your key heading into that series was going to be the starting pitching, conserving your bullpen, and getting into as deep into games as they could. And that's really what we saw. Your guys stepped up, I think even exceeded expectations for you. Brady throwing all 7 in game 1, and then Jake Campo, especially game 2, eating up 8 of those 9 innings.
Yeah, that put us in a position where we could compete for the entire series. 4 games is tough enough, but 5 is really a tall order when that 5th game's a 9-inning game at the end of the series. Having to hold Jake Mills, who's usually been in the bullpen and given us, a couple good outings a weekend, out to start that last game, that was definitely a concern. So those guys coming out, Brady pitching well, Campo pitching well, Tanner Johnson's been scuffling a little bit lately. He pitched well. Even Coop went deep into that game, finished that game, I guess, and pitched well enough to win. We just struggled scoring runs the last few games.
One of the keys to getting deep into games is pitching to contact, and that's what your starters did. They pitched really well, getting ground balls. It was almost a 2-to-1 ground ball to fly ball ratio, and then behind them, your defense just really stepped up too.
Yeah, our defense was good. We made a couple errors in that last game that cost us some runs and potentially cost us that game. But really, when you look at the overall series, the only reason we won 3 games was that we pitched pretty well and we defended pretty well. We've been a pretty offensive team all year, and this past weekend, we had to kind of do it a little differently. So we pitched well, defended well, had some timely hitting early, and in the games late when we didn't have the timely hitting, and part of that is Western Oregon's pitching is very good. We weren't as successful late in the series.
Looking ahead, you have Northwest Nazarene coming in. It's your home regular season finale, a 4-game series, senior weekend. Looking at the Crusaders, it's a team that you swept on the road. You won all 4. They only scored 6 runs all series off your guys. Is that something you're going to look to exploit again, or are you going to expect them to be a little hotter at the plate this time around?
They're a very good hitting team. I really feel like part of it was we pitched well, and part of it was, we just caught them on a little bit of a down weekend offensively. So, you want to give your team credit for doing what we did, but at the same time, in the GNAC, when you face teams 2 times for a 4-game series and it's 5-6 weeks apart, a lot of times you see a different team the next time. The one thing I know about them is they play good defense and they pitch very well. To me, their pitching staff rivals any in the GNAC, and their starters are terrific and they have good arms in the bullpen. So, I expect a very, very competitive series from start to finish. We definitely are going to need to show up ready to go.
And Saturday will be senior day. Get to honor the 9 players who will be leaving your program after this season. Kind of a special group of guys for you. A lot of big contributors there.
Yeah, a great group of guys. That's why you do this, and that's why you're in college athletics and why you coach, and especially at this level. You get to build relationships with those guys and see them develop as people. Obviously, see them develop as baseball players. So all those guys are special guys to me and to our program, and some have had better careers in the way of numbers, but I tell you what, they've all contributed on and off the field, and it's a great group. So hopefully we will send them out with a bang with our home season coming to an end, and just come out and play well and make it a fun weekend and one that our guys can celebrate a little bit.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.